Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, very welcome. My name is Ieva and greetings from India. I'm filming this session in Casa da Praia, a beautiful guest house in Goa. So for this session you will need yourself, something soft underneath you, and once you have that ready, let's meet in a seated position. As I always say, you can choose a comfortable seated position, so whether cross-legged, kneeling, legs in front, whatever is comfortable for you. And let's just close the eyes or soften the gaze, and for a couple of moments let's take this time to arrive to the room where you are, to arrive to your yoga mat, and to arrive to your body. You can imagine that you want to lengthen your spine up towards the sky, perhaps rolling the shoulders up, back and down a few times, creating space in your chest for the lungs to breathe in oxygen. Bring your awareness to your breath. So let's remember that we are breathing. Feeling the inhalation, feeling the exhalation through the nose. A couple of more times, exploring the inhalations, exploring the exhalations. So not a lot of is happening, but trying to notice any subtle sensations the breath creates within the body when we are breathing. So arriving to the space where you are, arriving to your body, saying thank you for yourself silently that you showed up for the practice today. Let's take one more breath in stillness together. Exhale whenever you're ready. Open your eyes if you had your eyes closed. And then with inhalation, we will lift the arms up towards the sky, lengthening. Exhale, bend the arms, elbows towards the ribs. And now let's harmonize this movement with your breath. So with your inhalation, you lift. Your exhalation, you bend. Let's do a couple of more times on your own rhythm. And when I bend the arms, I like to spread the fingers wide, so all ready to activate gently the hands, the wrists. So invitation for you to try that as well. Let's meet with the arms up towards the sky. And then lower the right hand, right fingertips to the ground, elongating the left side of the body, and then swapping sides. The arm reaches up, the other arm goes down, side bend to the other side. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, lower. An option is not to lower the fingertips on the ground, but have them somewhere in the air. So this might be more intense for your back. So exploring whichever option suits us in this moment. And every moment is different. This is important to remind ourselves. Lowering the left arm down or towards the ground, coming back up. Now imagine that with one arm you want to reach up, and then the other arm wants to reach up, and alternating. So almost as if you're elongating one side of the body, elongating the other side of the body. And where do you want to look with your gaze? Maybe you want to look up, maybe you want to look down. You decide. Then let's open the arms to the sides, and we will do these. I don't have a name for it, so if you have a good name for it, write it down in the comments. So almost that one palm wants to face down, and then the other one wants to face up and down. So we're almost rotating. I hope that makes sense. And almost that one shoulder wants to drop down when we rotate the palm to face up. Maybe you want to add some movement in the spine as well, reaching to one side, reaching to the other. And then lower the hands down for a rest for a second. And then we will do the spine rotations. So lift the arms up whenever you're ready and rotating to one side. Maybe you're looking back and coming to the other side. So active rotation using your muscles. And here you can decide in any way. So maybe the arms lift up when you face forward, and then we lower the arms to the sides. And next time you're facing whichever direction, lower your one hand towards the thigh, the other hand behind you for a passive stretch. So now our hands help us to stretch and to twist in this position. Take an inhalation. And let's swap sides. The other hand reaches to the other thigh. The arm reaches back, maybe fingertips on the ground. Take a breath in, breath out, come back into the center. And now let's do the wrist rotations while we are lifting the arms up. So while we go up, we do the rotations to one direction. And then when we go down, we do the rotations to the other side. So warming up the wrists, let's do one more time, rotations to one direction, really controlled, as big as it's comfortable for you, trying not to hurry. Swapping, the other direction, going down. And then shake the hands, shake the arms, shake the shoulders. Let's meet in a tabletop position. So in our usual tabletop, hands wherever it's comfortable underneath the shoulders. Let's do a few cat and cow. So gently arching the back, maybe looking up. And now looking towards your navel, rounding the spine. And a couple of more like that. Looking up towards the sky, looking down towards your navel. So I like to imagine here that my gaze, so the direction where my eyes are going, are initiating the movement. So in order to look up, it's more comfortable perhaps for me to arch my back. And when I want to look towards my navel, for me perhaps it's more comfortable to round my back so I could see my navel. Coming back into a neutral, and now put your left hand where your right hand is and your right hand somewhere on the ground, so not on the mat. And let's do again the cat and cow, so looking up, looking down towards your navel. And here, how does it feel? Or how is it different compared to our usual cat and cow? One more. Let's come back into the center. And now where your left hand is, put your right hand, and left hand goes to the side. And again, few cat and cows. And perhaps exploring that idea that your gaze initiates the movement. So you want to look towards your navel. You want to look towards the sky or the ceiling. And how can you facilitate that movement to look up and to look towards your navel? And let's come back into the center. Let's meet in a downward looking dog. So tucking the toes, lifting the hips up, stretching the upper part of the body. And in a downward looking dog, maybe exploring walking. So bending one knee, bending the other knee. And when you bend your legs, what is happening with your hips? Maybe you drop them to one side. Maybe you drop them to the other side. Let's meet back into the center, and now let's walk your feet to the front or more into the middle of the mat. Bend your knees, and with inhalation, sweep the arms up towards the sky and lower the arms by the side of the body. And now let's open up into, so legs wide, so facing whichever direction your phone or your laptop is, so you could see me. We will bend the legs, squat slightly down, and then lift the heels up. Over here, we could explore a little bit of movement. Almost you want to sway to the left, to the right. So the knee wants to go in front of your toes and to the other side. And here we could add the arms as well. So what we did in the beginning while we are seated, we could do with the arms as well. Always an option to have the heels down. Always an option to have the heels up. What is happening with your spine? Could you invite some more movement when you reach the arms to one side, to the other? So almost your upper body, your shoulders wants to go that direction as well. Take an inhalation. And then let's lower the hands somewhere on your thighs. Let's almost squat a little bit deeper, and then we will drop one shoulder down, coming back into the center, the other shoulder down. We want to look back. One shoulder drops, we look back. The other shoulder drops. Let's do it a couple of more times. Let's come back into the center. Now extend your legs or have them slightly bent. Let's meet in a forward fold. Maybe hands on the blocks or somewhere on the ground or maybe in the air. It doesn't matter. You decide. And then we could add a very gentle sway to the right and to the left. To the right and to the left. Come back into the center. We will lift ourselves up. Few options. You decide how you do it, or maybe you bend your knees slightly, put your hands on top of your thighs, and help yourself to lift up. Now again, squat down slightly. We will do the drop knees. We will lift the heel up, rotate internally our right leg, lower the knee down, come back up. So these are one of my favorites. I like to do them before climbing as well to warm up my legs. So one knee drops and then the other drops. Let's continue like that. A couple of times, arms wherever. One drop each side. Let's come back into the center and once again forward fold, slowly folding forward, maybe adding a little wiggle of your tailbone. And now let's face your hands to the front of your mat. Let's meet in a plank position. In a plank, knees down, knees up, you decide. Fingers spreading wide, so we have a good support with our hands. Take a breath in. And now we will lower ourselves down. So maybe knees down or knees up. Slowly start to lower yourself down. Let's maybe try on the count of 5. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the belly down. And now put the fingertips on the sides. Lower your feet down, and then we will gently lift the shoulders, chest up, and one shoulder taps to the ground. Maybe we'll look behind, and then the other shoulder taps the ground. Let's do one more each side. Come back into the center. Now let's put the hands underneath the shoulders. Let's meet in a puppy pose. So hips can stay above the knees. Let's extend the arms in front, lowering the forearms down, stretching your armpits, lowering the head, forehead down on the ground if that's comfortable. If you want to add some activation, imagine you want to push the forearms down. So to add more resistance, more activation. Or if you'd like to increase the stretch, maybe put the fingertips together and then bend your elbows so your thumbs are going towards the base of your neck. Let's take a couple of moments here. Breath in, breath out. If you had your arms bent, let's extend them and let's sit back onto your heels. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend the arms. Let's do 2 more times. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend. Last one, inhale, arms up and bend. Now let's meet in a cross-legged position. or actually one leg in a cross-legged, so one right leg in a butterfly, and then the other leg perhaps bent like this, so foot on the ground. And then right hand reaches back, and then we will lift the hips up. And here you can decide what you want to do with your left leg, so with the leg which is bent, the foot on the ground. So a few options. Maybe you want to have it extended and then you lift. Maybe left arm reaches up, or maybe you want to have it bent and then the left arm reaches up. Here I like to have my left hand on my head, so my head can rest, and then I come into this position. Let's stay here for a couple of breaths. And then slowly lower the hips down. Let's swap sides. So left leg goes into half butterfly, the right leg, right foot on the ground, right leg bent or extended. Left arm reaches back, pushing the hips forward. Maybe right arm reaches back to hold your head. And here, remember, an option to lift or to extend the right leg. Breathing over here. And slowly lowering yourselves down. Now meeting in a cross-leg position. So I will be facing you, but you can face where the camera is. So I want to show you my favorite rotation. If you have done a class with me already, I think you know where I'm going. If not, welcome to follow me. So if your right leg is in front of you, we will start twisting to the left, and we will twist 360 around, and your feet will be staying where they are. So let's try that. Right leg is in front. We twist to the left, fingertips down. We lift the hips up. We start to twist around, and then we lower ourselves back down. So now the left leg is in the front. For me, it's a beautiful transition that you can add into your daily life. It's really fun to stand up like that from the floor or into your yoga practice. So let's try again. If your left leg is in front, we twist to the right, we lift the hips, and we turn around. An option is to try that without your hands. So right leg in front, we look to the left, we lift ourselves, we turn around, and then we squat down. One more time to the other direction. Left leg in front, we twist to the other side. Twist around, and squat back down. Wonderful. Now let's lower our backs down on the ground. You can have your legs extended, legs bent. You decide. What I like to do now is my feet wider apart as the yoga mat and knees together. And let's just take a few moments in stillness. So please stay with me here. Just a couple of moments, maybe resting your hands on your belly, feeling the inhalations and exhalations. Feeling the belly rise and belly soften. And at the same time, allowing your whole body to soften as much as we can. So what I like to do is scan my body and try to identify, oh, where can I find any tension? And whenever I find that tension in a specific area, I try to relax that area with the help of the exhalation. So for example, you feel that your shoulder area is tense. And now we allow ourselves to relax that area. So inhaling through the nose exhaling through the nose or through the mouth, whichever is more comfortable, more nice for us. And trying to dissolve that tension as much as we can. One more time, inhale through the nose and exhale. Let's invite some movement into the body. You can wiggle your toes, your fingers. If you had your legs bent, an invitation to extend them. Arms maybe reaching behind you, stretching your whole body. And then hugging your knees towards the chest. Maybe rocking to the left, to the right, massaging your back. Let's roll to one side of the body for a transition. And slowly coming up into a seated position. And to finish the practice, let's do my favorite rain massage. So you can take your fingertips and gently start to tap your head, massaging your scalp, trying to cover every part of your head. Take a breath in. And exhale, lower the hands down, open your eyes if you had your eyes closed. Okay, so we are finished today with this practice. Let me know how it went down in the comments below. Would love to hear if you had any discoveries or any insights or any questions. Welcome to pop them down below. And as always, if you'd like to support my channel, consider pressing thumbs up and subscribing to the channel. And I hope to see you next time very soon for another yoga practice.